It's a hard call, man. I don't know, man. Good evening. I was looking at the some content of the father who lost his son. The son got shot by the white cop. Um, Apparently, they were either in a stolen vehicle, depending on what report you believe, or a vehicle that was just late on payments. Now, the only question to that is, if it was late on payments, who reported it as stolen? Isn't that a civil matter? So that's the only question that I have. Of course, I got a question as far as the officer. The footage, the you know the officer's camera. It's very distorted, blurry. I guess they show the image where you could see the young man kind of dodging between, coming out of the shadows between the dumpster and what they saying it was the weapon was towards him, but he wasn't squared up like he was trying to shoot. I'm just saying. Um, but I can understand the father's seeing that, the rage. I mean, it did something to me. I got two sons, so um, and I understand the whole circumstances that's being reported. But like I said, the only question I had was what I stated earlier, was that, was the car stolen? Who reported the car stolen? Was it stolen, or was it? I'm hearing reports that it was just late payments. So if it's late payments, wouldn't that be under the repo man? I mean, who said the car was stolen? How was it reported to the police? Did the police just, it had to be reported? So that's the only question I have is, who reported the car stolen? Was it the bank or the finance department? So because of payments, is that what they're doing now? They're saying you stole the car. Like I said, I don't know. The facts got to come out. We got to see what's up. But the wild thing is that the father, upon seeing that video, apparently the next day or so, went out, allegedly, and spotted a cop and just ran down the cop. Mowed down, ran down, allegedly. That's what's being reported. And allegedly, is what's being reported is not the cop that shot his son, just some random cop. Anybody that's a cop. So, could he go under the insanity? Could he plead insanity? Maybe he lost it. That's a fair question to ask. What was your motive? If that's the motive, because they killed his son, but their rage, I don't, maybe because of the next day, or if that's being reported right. I mean, because I kind of I didn't want to touch this story because it was just so much visceral, on both ends of it, innocent cop getting killed, ran over from a black man whose black son was killed by officers in an apparent grand theft auto type of situation. So, a lot of questions, and I can see the outrage. I understand it. Um, it's unfortunate on both ends. It's unfortunate. The father loses a son. The young man was killed. An officer just doing his job gets killed, ran over by alleged father, you know, of the victim of the cop shooting. Just so happened to be in the vicinity of his rage or his episode. We don't know. Was it premeditated or was it just I don't know. It's not up for me, it's up for the experts. But I understand being a father. That was his world, probably. So people, a lot of people are saying, well, he raised a criminal son. But hey, man, you don't know what this guy probably raised his son to be as righteous as anybody else. When these kids get out there, man, and they just get in the world, and they have to be accountable for their own decision. And unfortunately, the child, the son, didn't have that opportunity because there was an alleged weapon that he brandished, and it cost him his life because the cop felt that his life was in danger, and so he opened fire. Circumstances are always similar as to when these cop shootings, and especially involved a black male or a black person. Except on this situation, the young man was allegedly armed with a firearm. And so things will have to be sorted out. And a lot of questions. I saw when he was in, the father, when he was in court, I guess being arraigned. And I saw all the officers in there showing support for their fallen comrade. And I get it. But at some point, if you're going to show that, isn't that kind of detrimental to the father's case as having a fair trial? I think it shows an image of that is very powerful on both sides, especially the defiantness of the father. It's like, I guess he felt like, you're not going to intimidate me, and he walked out with his chest, his head held high and his chest out. So, but the police officers showing support for their guy, and but I think that's not. I think that can be. I think that can be very prejudicial towards the defendant. That imagery right there. But I'm sure the lawyers will argue that, and that would be just something that they're going to have to debate about. The pundits and everybody that's this case is picking up steam. This situation, for the obvious reasons. So we have to stay tuned. And just it's unfortunate, man. It's just an unfortunate situation. But anyway, that's enough of me. I'll say peace, and we'll see you again.